Mark Cavendish.
So here we go, the stage winner, Mark Cavendish. Last year he was here as the winner of the green jersey. He's now won 3 stages for this year's Tour de France. The 4th time in Paris. Under the shadow of the Arc de Triomphe, which is about 2 kilometers behind him, Mark Cavendish, the world champion, receives for the 4th year in a row the winner's prize for here on the Champs-Élysées.
Well, Phil, that was a world champion performance there by Mark Cavendish, and I think he holds this victory here very dear indeed. No man ever in the sport of professional cycling has actually won 4 times on the Champs-Élysées. Mark Cavendish is the first man to have done that.
Yes, he straightens that arc-en-ciel, that rainbow jersey, as he steps off, and Mark Cavendish has won the stage. The Mayor of Paris, Bertrand Delanoux, was the presenter of the award there. Bernardino, he's talking to here, 5 times winner of the Tour de France, and one of only 3 men left in front with more stage wins than Mark Cavendish.
Yeah, I was just having a look at Bernardino's lips there, and I read them, and he said bravo to Mark Cavendish. I think he was very, very impressed with that performance. There we get the interview from Mark Cavendish going to the French television as we continue to circumnavigate Le Grand Palais.
Is this the Grand one or the Petit one?
That's the Grand.
Okay.
You can tell it's got a glass roof.
Okay, there's the music. Now the green jersey of the Tour de France, and what a great result for Peter Sagan. 2nd today for him, but he comes up here, his first Tour de France. He wins 3 stages, and he gets the green jersey as winner overall, the best sprinter on the Tour. And he's meeting here Marek Estok, who is the ambassador of the Republic of Slovakia.
Yes, 22 years of age, and he also has written his name into the history books here this afternoon. And if you saw how far back he came from in that sprint, one day I think he will win on the Champs-Élysées. But for the moment, he has made the incredible attempt to win the points jersey competition at the Tour de France in his very first participation at only 22 years of age. It was a magical race around there. The next jersey will be the jersey of the climbers, and that will go to Thomas Voeckler, and he will receive his award from the president of the French Cycling Federation. So Peter Sagan dropping down, and there you get a chance there to see the magnificent museum of the Louvre. So in that points classification, a massive win there for him. I just briefly had a quick look at the points, over 400 points. And now this will be a big cheer from the French. So Thomas Voeckler climbs up there to receive the final polka dot jersey, the winner of the polka dot jersey, and his little kids are just down there to be alongside Dad. He's receiving his award this afternoon from David Lapartien, the president of the French Cycling Federation. So Thomas Voeckler was waiting for this for the last couple of days.
Proud moment now for Thomas Voeckler. Paul, he is really a very popular man. He's also a Frenchman. What an honor for him. First time he's ever been on the podium here in Paris.
Yes, I think that's probably the most important thing for him, and that will be a great souvenir for Thomas Voeckler. The next presentation will be for the Best Young Rider competition, and that will go to a young American at 23 years of age, TJ Van Garderen. Yes, I know he's got a Dutch-sounding name, but that's because of his Dutch heritage. His father emigrated to the United States many, many years ago, and TJ Van Garderen actually had to learn Dutch when he moved to the Rabobank development squad in the early part of his career. But Thomas Voeckler is the man today who takes the accolades of the French crowd here this afternoon. He really was a battler, and I, for one, thought at one stage he wasn't going to get himself around the hexagon of France and get to Paris, as we see the French president, the president of the French Federation there, moving away. So, not very much traffic on this Sunday afternoon around the Arc de Triomphe at the top end. So there is the final results there. Thomas Voeckler, 135 points to Frederick Kessiakoff in 123, and Chris Anker Sorensen in 3rd place.
Well, now we're waiting for TJ Van Garderen. There he is, the best young rider, the American from Boulder, Colorado, but he really comes from Montana, as we're constantly reminded about that fact. But TJ Van Garderen, Paul, he also finishes 5th in the Tour de France.
Yes, he certainly does. I have to tell you one thing, Phil. He was very, very happy to win this Best Young Rider competition. For many years, he said, I'm fed up with winning these competitions, but now I think he'd be quite pleased with that one.
And he's receiving his award here from the ambassador to the United States, Sir Charles Hammerman Rifkin, and a proud moment for TJ Van Garderen. He was in this race to help Cadel Evans hopefully successfully defend the victory of last year, and on the way he became the leader of the team.
Well, you come as a pupil and you leave as a professor, and that's exactly the situation that happened, I think, for TJ Van Garderen. And I know that Cadel Evans will take pride in this moment because he will have put a few little tips into that young man's mind, and tips that will help him further on in his career, possibly be the winner of the Tour de France.
And in answer to many of your mails, what's that little doll called? It is in fact a Yeti, which is the symbol of the sponsor Skoda. We're going to see a lot of TJ Van Garderen, very much a Dutch name, but very much an American as well. And he's shown us his talents in the time trials and in the mountain. He's got the qualities required to win the Tour in the future.
He certainly has. We're waiting now for the next presentation, and this will be the presentation. It's called the presentation for the most courageous rider, and I think certainly this man deserves this award this afternoon, because there was a big question mark as to whether or not he was going to finish the Tour de France. You can see his 2 fingers there are severely bandaged up. Well, tomorrow morning I was talking to the Danish television. He will be flying directly back to Denmark, and he's booked in for surgery to have a skin graft on those fingers. They were cut down to the bone when his fingers got caught inside of his front wheel. So he received his award from Anne-Dorthe Rigelsen, and she's the ambassador of Denmark. I think that's a very popular decision. The Danish had thought that their man Michael Morkov, who's in fact a team pursuiter from the track, was going to get this award, but I think everybody reckons that that was a well-deserved place for Chris Anker Sorensen, who also finished in 14th place in the overall standings. Well, the next presentation, the 6th presentation that we should have, will be for the winner of the Tour de France 2012, and that will be to Bradley Wiggins. So Bradley Wiggins climbing up for the final award. He's been wearing the leader's jersey since he took it at the Plateau de Belleville, and now he will get the winner's jersey.
Well, this is the moment. Well, the applause for Bradley Wiggins as he steps up in the shadow of the Arc de Triomphe. It's never been precedented before. Since 1903, the Tour de France has been racing around France. Today, Paul, a British winner.
Well, I have to admit, Phil, I don't think I ever expected to see that in my lifetime, and not only a winner, but 1st and 2nd place overall.
Well, the prize for the combined total of both is £500,000 for the 2 riders, Wiggins and Chris Froome, but it's not been done for the money, this. This has been done for the pure glory of winning one of the biggest sporting events in the world.
No, this man knows the tradition of cycling. His dad was a great track cyclist in the 6-day circuits, which are races that happen in the winter. And I think he must have taken some genes down from Gary Wiggins, who I knew very, very well. And today it's a proud moment, I think, for the whole family.
Well, he said he raced up and down at the Champs-Élysées every lap with goosebumps. And the only thing that kept him sane was the fact they concentrated hard to manoeuvre Mark Cavendish to the victory.
Well, that's something you very, very rarely see. Wins this race by 3 minutes and 21 seconds from his own teammate and 6:19 from his closest rival, Vincenzo Nibali.
Those are huge winning margins. They're in the style of Eddy Merckx, the great Belgian.
Yep, very shortly we should be seeing them raise the Union flag, and they should be playing God Save the Queen.
Well, the top 3 return. On the left is Chris Froome, in the centre Bradley Wiggins, a 1-2 for Great Britain, and join them Vincenzo Nibali in 3rd of Italy.
Great ride by the Italian. I think he was a formidable foe. He attacked when he could in the mountains. That was his terrain. And he defended very well yesterday in the individual time trial. But he came up against a man who was just that little bit better than him this year. That's the very, very famous trophy that is presented to anybody who wins the Tour de France. And that is the first one that Bradley Wiggins can hold high in the sky. Alongside him, I would think a very, very proud Christopher Froome. He's only 25 years of age, and I wonder if he's thinking in the future, maybe he could be a winner of the Tour de France.
Well, part of the official party there was Hugh Robertson, Minister of Sports and of the Olympic Games in Great Britain. And we're now about to hear the national anthem. It's going to be sung by Leslie Garrett, a soprano, and she is on the right of our pictures, just off it at the moment.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Saint victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen.
The British national anthem as Bradley Wiggins is the first Brit to stand on the top of the podium in the yellow jersey. Thanks to Phil Liggett and Paul Schoen for what has been an extraordinary edition of this year's tour, particularly for the British. 7 stage wins, the top 2 in the general classification. Let's now hear from Wiggins himself. We will be hearing from Wiggins very shortly. Vincenzo Nibali off the...
Suter's close enough, he's in 4th place, so 100 metres for more glory or maybe a stunning defeat.
How's that?
Push, Caritas! Come, Jaden, up! Come on, Jaden!
Oh, stop on me, man.
Up! In there! Go, Jaden! Go, go, go!
Vian! Kier!
Go, go, Jaden! Go! Jaden, sit up! Help! Go, Karin! Go, Karin!
Go, Jelle!
Go!
Go, Steffi! Mooi! Go, Jordan! Maar sien so Jan moet opstaan waar hy sit, daai bal kom daar en hy sit hom teen die gesig. Hierdie kinders speel nie soos hulle nie, hulle speel baie hard. Jan, kom hier. Jy gaan nie daar sit nie, hoor. So jy kan daar sit.
Mama,
Ja?
kan nog meer wedstrijd spelen.
Ja. Mooi, Marco. Is dit nou Torres vir daai bal vat? Ik kan niet zien, die kan staan nou so voor me. Wian, hulle slaat jou tande hier uit, weg. Pas op. Oh nee.
Die wedstrijd met 24 minuten voor. 12 plus.
Wat is dit?